So it's gonna start soon. It said build successful, and it's loading the application up now here. It takes a while most of the times, but the good thing is that we have hot reloading. So if we change anything in the code, then it's gonna be really fast to refresh it in the app, in the emulator, because you can just hit double refresh and it will refresh all JavaScript files, so that yeah, you can instantly in a few seconds rebuild the whole app, and then you will see the result of what you did. Sometimes if you get an error, you can just quickly fix it and run it again, and that's really great about React Native. So it's gonna be 100% now, and it works. So it didn't have the linking problem that I had previously. Doesn't matter. So as you can see, this is the native base kitchen sink. They got all kinds of things here. They basically built a lot of general purpose modules, which you can use in your own app, but just including React Native and Native Base and React. And yeah, let me just show you a little bit what it does. Like, we got anatomy here. It's just basically a header, a footer, and content. And how does that then look? Well, we have the files here. So let's just go to the files. It's probably in the JS folder in the components. Yeah. So here are all the components that you can see here in this menu. So yeah, that's a lot of components. Yeah, I know. So let's see anatomy, how that looks, because that's basically what we got here. Anatomy, we see a header, content, and a footer. And yeah, so in the index, that's the file it always goes to. It imports the container, the header, the title, content, text, h3, button, icon, footer. It imports all kind of things from React Native Base. And yeah, after that it renders it, the component called anatomy, it renders it. That's a basic React Native function, render. It's always inside of the components. And it returns a container with a header. And as you can see, that's the header of anatomy. Let me just change it into something else, like hello world. And yeah, you can do anything here. So I like native base. And yeah, so as you can see, this really looks like HTML. It isn't, of course. It's actually something called JSX. It's kind of HTML and JavaScript, because as you can see, it's just JavaScript here. It's saved as a JS file, but then they start doing HTML stuff. It has all this these things inside of the HTML tags, like the properties you have in HTML, but now instead of they have the camel case, so you always have to use that kind of stuff, and the first letter of a HTML tag is always a capital too. And yeah, just let's see how this works. So I just hit Ctrl S to save it, and then I open the emulator and hit twice. I hit the R, so double R, and then I come back into the main menu. Let's go, anatomy, and it should have changed. Yeah, it's changed. Hello world, I like native base. Okay, footer, and the footer is this. Yeah, I can change this too, and this is insane. And let's just change it. Hit double R. And it works. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Wow, this is insane.